Our gardens can be more than just places of beauty. They can be vital havens for local wildlife. By planting a variety of native plants, we can attract different species of birds, bees, and butterflies. By making conscious choices about the plants we grow and the environments we create, we can provide food, shelter, and breeding grounds for many creatures. We can transform our gardens into thriving ecosystems that support a diverse range of creatures. This not only benefits the wildlife, but also enhances our own gardening experience. Imagine stepping into your garden and being greeted by the cheerful chirping of birds, the sight of colorful butterflies, and the gentle buzzing of bees. The presence of these creatures indicates a healthy, balanced environment. The fluttering wings of butterflies add a magical touch to any garden. Creating a wildlife-friendly garden is not only rewarding, but also crucial in today's world. It helps in maintaining biodiversity and ecological balance. As urban areas expand and natural habitats shrink, gardens provide essential refuge and resources for wildlife struggling to survive. They become sanctuaries amidst the concrete jungle. Gardens can offer food, water, and shelter, making them perfect spots for wildlife to thrive. By welcoming wildlife into our gardens, we create a harmonious environment where humans and nature coexist. We contribute to the health of the planet and ensure the survival of these precious creatures for generations to come. Let's make our gardens a sanctuary for wildlife. When selecting plants for your wildlife habitat garden, native species should be your top priority. Native plants have co-evolved with local wildlife over millennia, forming intricate relationships that benefit both parties. These plants provide the ideal food sources and nesting materials that local wildlife rely on for their survival. For example, monarch butterflies rely solely on milkweed plants for their caterpillars to feed on. Planting native milkweed in your garden can provide a vital food source for these endangered butterflies. By choosing native plants, you are not only supporting local wildlife, but also promoting biodiversity and ecological balance in your area. Different species are attracted to different types of plants. Each plant offers unique benefits, from nectar and pollen to seeds and berries, which cater to the specific needs of various wildlife. To attract a variety of wildlife to your garden, consider planting a mix of native flowers, shrubs, and trees that provide food and shelter throughout the year. Native plants are particularly beneficial as they are well adapted to the local climate and soil, making them easier to maintain. For birds, consider planting berry-producing shrubs like serviceberry or elderberry, as well as seed-bearing flowers like sunflowers and coneflowers. These plants not only provide essential nutrients, but also create a vibrant and colorful garden. Bees are vital pollinators, and you can attract them to your garden with nectar-rich flowers like bee balm, lavender, and purple coneflower. These flowers not only support bee populations, but also add a delightful fragrance to your garden. Adding a shallow water source, such as a bird bath or small pond, can also attract a range of wildlife, from birds to butterflies to small mammals. Water is essential for drinking and bathing, making your garden a welcoming oasis. Remember to provide a variety of food sources and shelter options to cater to the needs of different species. Birdhouses, bee hotels, and log piles can offer additional shelter, making your garden a thriving habitat for wildlife. Once you have planted a variety of native plants, it's essential to create safe spaces within your garden where wildlife can seek refuge and raise their young. Avoid using pesticides and herbicides, as these chemicals can be harmful to wildlife. Instead, opt for natural pest control methods such as companion planting or introducing beneficial insects. Provide shelter for wildlife by leaving areas of your garden undisturbed, such as piles of leaves or logs. These natural shelters provide hiding places for small mammals, insects, and amphibians. You can also install birdhouses and bat boxes to provide nesting sites for these creatures. Maintaining your wildlife habitat garden is essential to ensure its long-term success. A well-maintained garden not only looks beautiful, but also supports a diverse range of wildlife. Water your plants regularly, especially during dry periods, and apply organic mulch to help retain moisture and suppress weeds. Mulching also enriches the soil as it decomposes, providing essential nutrients for your plants. Prune your plants as needed to maintain their shape and encourage healthy growth. Regular pruning helps prevent disease and promotes a more vigorous and attractive garden. Continue to add new native plants to your garden to increase biodiversity and provide a wider range of food sources and shelter options for wildlife. Native plants are well adapted to your local climate and soil, making them easier to care for. Remember that creating a wildlife habitat garden is an ongoing process, and by observing the wildlife that visits your garden, you can continue to adapt and improve your space to meet their needs. Keep a journal to track the different species you see and note any changes in their behavior or numbers.